Hi, today we shall do a small topic from biochemistry. So, this pretty much sums up the subject of biochemistry. Well, all teachers say that biochem is huge fun, but I didn't even experience the F of fun for biochemistry. I'll be taking the small topic of glycogen storage diseases. This is actually what happens when I read it because I cannot recall what I have read just a second later. But then I understood that my technique was not correct. I usually used to rote-learn all the diseases and their enzymes and then the symptoms. So I'll try to make this more simpler for you. So let's dive in. So what is glycogen? A glycogen is a weirdly complexly branched molecule. It is basically a storage form of glucose in liver and muscle. So when there is increased glucose in the blood, it is stored in the liver in the form of glycogen, and vice versa. When there is a necessity of glucose, then glycogen is broken down and it is used as an immediate source of glucose. So in liver, it acts as an immediate source to increase the blood glucose, while in muscle, it acts as an energy source. Glycogen storage diseases, also called as glycogenosis. Now there are almost 7 types, and to remember it in the order, I have made a small mnemonic. It goes as Vice President Corey Andre had McDonald's hamburger and tea. So imagine a vice president named Corey Andre. He went to McDonald's and had an hamburger and tea. Now according to that, type 1 is von Gierke, V for von Gierke and V for Weiss, occurs due to deficiency of glucose 6 phosphatase. Type 2, P for President, P for Pompe, caused by deficiency of acid maltase or alpha 1 glucosidase. Type 3, see, it's same, Cori. It is caused due to the deficiency of debranching enzyme. Type 4, Andre A, Anderson's A, caused by deficiency of branching enzyme. Type 5, McArdles, M for McDonald's, M for McArdles, caused due to deficiency of muscle myophosphoridase. Type 6, H for Hers, H for hamburger, hepatic phosphorylase deficiency. Type 7, T for tea, T for tarus, and it is caused due to deficiency of phosphofructokinase. Now here I don't want to remember all the diseases and their deficiencies at this point of time. Just remember the mnemonic and the order of diseases. So before going to the diseases and their enzyme deficiencies, let us understand the process of glycogenolysis and glycogenesis in brief. So what is glycogenolysis? Let us split the term into two. It is glycogen plus lysis, meaning it is the breakdown of glycogen and hence forming glucose, while glycogenesis is synthesis. So it is the formation of glycogen from glucose. Now to the right of this sheet is the process of glycogenesis. So all these enzymes belong to glycogenesis, and to the left is the glycogenolysis. So from this we understand that glycogenolysis and glycogenesis are exactly opposites of each other. But the process of glycogenolysis and glycogenesis is not completely reverse of one another. As in, you cannot reverse the process of glycogenesis to lead to glycogenolysis. There are few steps that are different. So let us start with glycogenesis. In glycogenesis, glucose is first converted into glucose 6 phosphate via enzyme glucokinase in liver and hexokinase in muscle. Now glucose 6 phosphate is converted into glucose 1 phosphate via enzyme phosphoglucomutase. Now from here, the process of glycogenolysis and genesis are a little bit different from one another. So what happens now is glucose 1 phosphate is converted into UDP glucose via enzyme UDP glucose phosphorylase, while UDP glucose is converted into 1,4-glucosyl units by enzyme glycogen synthase, and then to glycogen by enzyme branching enzyme. So here glycogen synthase is a rate limiting enzyme. Now I do understand that these steps are too mechanical to remember. So to make it simpler, let's break each step. So first, what is a UDP glucose? UDP glucose is something like a UDP molecule which is attached to a glucose molecule by phosphorylation. Now for it to become glycogen, Imagine that there is a simple template of glycogen already present to form more glycogen. To it, various glucose molecules are attached in a linear fashion. But if it occurred like this, then we would have a very long chain glycogen molecule, which is not feasible. So to aid in this, the branching enzyme is present, which causes branching of glycogen molecule at alpha 1,6 linkage, and it forms molecules such as this, which is branched at many points rather than a single molecule. Now coming to the process of glycogenolysis. So from glycogen, a little less branched molecule limit dextrin is formed by the enzyme glycogen phosphorylase. Pyridoxal phosphate is an essential cofactor for the enzyme glycogen phosphorylase. This is asked in many questions. So what is limit dextrin? So here is the glycogen molecule. The glycogen phosphorylase causes breakdown of glycogen molecule in such a way that only 4 glucose molecules occur distal to the point of branching, and a molecule of glucose 1-phosphate is released. So now the enzyme debranching enzyme or amylo 1,6-glucosidase acts on limit dextrin. It causes breakdown in such a way that only one molecule of glucose remains distal to the point of branching. This molecule is released as free glucose. So the end product of glycogenolysis is 10 glucose 1-phosphate molecule along with 1 free glucose molecule. So in the end, glucose 1-phosphate and glucose are formed in the ratio of 10:1. Now this glucose 1-phosphate is converted into glucose via enzyme glucose 6-phosphatase. So now since we have done the enzymes and the pathway, let us understand about the diseases. So first, von Guericke. Von Guericke is the deficiency of glucose 6-phosphatase. Third is Cori. It is the deficiency of debranching enzyme or alpha 1,6-glucosidase. Then type 5 is McArdle's. It is the deficiency of muscle glycogen phosphorylase. Well, type 6 is hers. It is the deficiency of hepatic glycogen phosphorylase. And type 4, Anderson. It is the deficiency of branching enzyme. So from here, most of the diseases are from the glycogenolysis pathway, while only one is from the glycogenesis pathway. Now let's understand the individual diseases and their symptoms. So type 1, von Guericke. It is a deficiency of glucose 6-phosphatase. So it won't allow the conversion of glucose 6-phosphate into glucose. Now due to this, there arises primarily two problems. A. There is lack of free glucose, which leads to fasting hypoglycemia, and sometimes it becomes so severe that it leads to the seizures, coma and intellectual deficit. Second, the glucose 6-phosphate cannot be utilized as a source of energy, so it leads to the accumulation of glucose 6-phosphate at various places. Primarily it is in liver and kidney, so it causes hepatomegaly and renal enlargement. Now since there is no free glucose for utilization, then occurs the body shifts its metabolism to the use of fat and protein. So the degradation of fat leads to hyperlipidemia and protein leads to hyperuricemia. Also due to hypoglycemia, these patients have a characteristic doll-like faces. Coming to type 3, Cori or Forbes disease. It is the deficiency of debranching enzyme. Now, you can remember this as C and D. C for Cori, D for debranching enzyme. So the symptoms are pretty much similar to von Guericke, except that herein, rather than accumulation of glucose 6-phosphate, it is an accumulation of abnormal glycogen, also called as limit dextrin. So you can remember Cori as this multiple cords which cannot be debranched. So Cori is Cori cords. So there is a branched molecule called as limit dextrin, which is due to the deficiency of enzyme debranching. So now coming to glycogen phosphorylase. Now there are two types. One is myophosphorylase and second is hepatic glycogen phosphorylase. as we know that glycogen phosphorylase causes breakdown of glycogen into limit dextrins. So if glycogen phosphorylase is deficient, then it's going to cause deposition of glycogen either into muscle in myophosphorylase deficiency or into liver in hepatic glycogen phosphorylase deficiency. So coming to myophosphorylase deficiency, it is called as McArdle's disease. Now it's pretty simple to remember this, M for McArdle and M for myophosphorylase. While for HERS, it is H for HERS and H for hepatic glycogen phosphorylase. So the symptoms are going to be according to the location of deficiency. If it's muscle, then during exercise the muscle cannot utilize glycogen, so this leads to muscle soreness. Also the glycogen in muscle, since it cannot be utilized, it's going to be accumulated. This will irritate the muscle cells and it will cause rhabdomyolysis. Due to rhabdomyolysis, it causes myoglobinuria, which leads to acute kidney injury. So the patients of McArdle's disease typically show with muscle soreness and black colored or dark colored urine. Now in HERS or hepatic glycogen phosphorylase deficiency, the symptoms are similar to von Gierke, except that the hypoglycemia in HERS disease is a little milder than that in von Gierke. Now coming to type 7, Anderson. Anderson's is the deficiency of branching enzyme. So we can remember it as A and B, A for Anderson, B for branching enzyme. Now as we all know that the branching enzyme causes branching of glycogen molecule, otherwise it would have been in linear form. So such long glycogen molecule cannot be utilized and hence it causes build up in liver, which leads to fatal cirrhosis. Now there is one disease which I could not fit in the earlier cycle. It is type 2, Pompe's. It stands out because it is not a deficiency of enzyme in muscle or liver, but it is a lysosomal acid maltase or acid alpha glucosidase deficiency. Now since it's lysosomal and lysosomes occur in all the organs of the body, it's going to affect all the organs, and the prime symptoms are cardiomegaly and respiratory distress. Now let's have a short recap of all the diseases. So starting with type 1, von Gierke. It is a deficiency of glucose 6 phosphatase. You can remember it as G and G. G for glucose 6 phosphatase and G for von Gierke. So since it is the deficiency of glucose 6 phosphatase, hence glucose 6 phosphate cannot be converted into glucose. This leads to two problems. First, the free glucose is not available for energy utilization and hence there is hypoglycemia. Second, this glucose 6 phosphate, since it cannot be utilized for energy purpose, it leads to accumulation of glucose 6 phosphate primarily in liver and kidney. This leads to hepatomegaly and renal enlargement. Type 3, Cori. It is a deficiency of debranching enzyme. As we saw earlier, we can remember it as C and D. C for Cori, D for debranching enzyme. So since here debranching enzyme is absent, the limit dextrin cannot be converted into glucose 1 phosphate. This leads to accumulation of limit dextrin. The symptoms are pretty much similar to von Gierke, except herein there is accumulation of abnormal glycogen molecule which is called as limit dextrin. Coming to glycogen phosphorylase. Now there are two types of this enzyme. One is in muscle and second is in liver. So we can easily remember it as M for McArdle, M for muscle, and H for HERS and H for hepatic. So the McArdle symptoms are going to be due to deposition of glycogen in muscle, which leads to irritation of muscle cells and hence it causes rhabdomyolysis. Due to rhabdomyolysis there is going to be myoglobinuria. This presents as a dark colored urine. The HERS symptoms are going to be similar to von Gierke, except that the hypoglycemia is going to be much milder than von Gierke. Type 4, it is Anderson's or amylopectinus. This can be remembered as A and B, A for Anderson's and B for branching enzyme deficiency. So if branching enzyme is absent, then we know that will have a single-stranded long molecule of glycogen rather than branched molecule. But this is not feasible, so it will accumulate in liver and will lead to fatal cirrhosis. And the last was type 2, Pompes. Pompes occurs due to a deficiency of lysosomal acid maltase. Since lysosomes are present in all the organs, it will affect all the organs. And cardiomegaly and respiratory distress are going to be its peculiar features. Thank you so much.